Some moments in life rewire your brain. They etch themselves into your memory, changing the way you see the world forever. This was one of those nights, a night that would become legend, whispered about for years to come. The arena buzzed with anticipation, every seat filled, every eye fixed on the ring, everyone there for a legendary showdown that felt bigger than sport. On one side stood Grandmaster Kenji Tanaka, a 10th Dan karateka, a mountain of muscle and ego, his reputation as fierce as his presence. On the other, Shaolin, a Shaolin monk, small, calm, almost invisible in his simplicity, yet radiating a quiet confidence that seemed unshakable. The posters called it the unstoppable force versus the immovable object, a battle of legends, a clash of worlds. Tanaka had hyped the fight for weeks, trash-talking the Shaolin arts, promising a brutal knockout, fueling the fire with every boastful word. The crowd was a sea of karate jais, chanting his name, expecting a demolition, their energy electric and contagious. But then Shaolin entered. No fanfare, just quiet focus, prayer beads in hand, his steps measured and deliberate. He bowed, stood still, and breathed, unfazed by the jeers, his composure unbreakable, as if he was in a world of his own. His stillness was a stark contrast to Tanaka's pacing and flexing, the difference between a storm and the eye at its center. It was clear. This wasn't just a fight, but a collision of philosophies. Ego versus humility, external power versus inner strength, noise versus silence. The referee brought them together, and the size difference was almost comical, as if fate had paired opposites for a reason. It looked like a grizzly bear facing a wolf, raw power against cunning agility, brute force against quiet precision. But sometimes, it's the wolf you have to worry about, the one who moves in silence, waiting for the perfect moment. The crowd sensed something different was about to happen, a tension in the air that made every breath feel heavy. Tanaka played to the cameras, feeding off the energy, his confidence on full display, almost daring fate to challenge him. Shaolin was a statue, conserving energy, mind-focused, his meditation a silent declaration of intent. The tension was palpable, everyone braced for violence, hearts pounding, eyes wide, waiting for the first move. But beneath the surface, a deeper battle was brewing, a test not just of skill, but of will, of spirit. This was more than a contest. It was a test of spirit, a proving ground for what truly defines a warrior. The arena was ready for a spectacle, but no one expected what was coming, something that would challenge every assumption. The stage was set for a night no one would forget, a night where legends would be made and history rewritten before their eyes. Let's break down these two warriors, a study in contrasts. Tanaka, late 40s, 6'3", 240 pounds of muscle, a face of modern karate, all intimidation and bravado. His style, Kyokushin, brutal, direct, built on power and dominance. He saw the fight as a formality, Shaolin as a stepping stone. Shaolin, early 30s, lean, wiry, a Shaolin disciple whose art was spiritual cultivation, not showmanship. His strength was subtle, his energy calm and deep. Where Tanaka was fire, Shaolin was water. He carried no ego, only curiosity and humility. For Tanaka, victory was about crushing opposition. For Shaolin, it was about testing himself and expressing his art. Their clash was more than physical. It was a battle of worldviews, and Shaolin's humility was his greatest weapon. The bell rang. Tanaka exploded forward, all aggression, launching a furious barrage. His fists and feet became a blur, each strike thrown with the intent to overwhelm and dominate. The crowd roared, expecting a quick finish. They had seen Tanaka's power before, and tonight, they believed, would be no different. But Shaolin was untouchable. He flowed, evaded, made Tanaka look slow. Every movement was precise, as if he anticipated each attack before it even began. Every punch and kick missed, the monk moved with mesmerizing fluidity. It was as if he danced through the chaos, never losing his balance or composure. Tanaka's frustration grew as his best attacks hit nothing but air. His breathing quickened, his eyes narrowed, searching for any opening. He unleashed a spinning back kick, his signature move, the one that had ended countless matches before. Shaolin dropped into a low stance, the kick sailing overhead. The crowd gasped, realizing the danger had passed in an instant. From the ground, he swept Tanaka's leg, timing, not power. The move was effortless, yet devastating in its precision. The Grandmaster crashed to the canvas, stunned. The arena fell silent, the energy shifting in a heartbeat. Tanaka scrambled up, disbelief on his face. He had never been humbled so quickly, so publicly. The round ended. The lamb had tripped the lion. The underdog had made his mark, and the audience felt the tension rise. Shaolin hadn't thrown a single punch, but he'd already shifted the fight. His calm presence radiated confidence, unsettling his opponent. The crowd's confidence in Tanaka began to waver. Whispers of doubt rippled through the stands as they questioned what they had just witnessed. Shaolin's calm was unbroken. He stood ready, breathing steady, eyes focused, as if the storm had never touched him. The first round was a masterclass in evasion and control. Shaolin had rewritten the script, showing that true strength lies in mastery of oneself. Tanaka's aura of invincibility was cracked. For the first time, uncertainty flickered in his eyes. The real fight had just begun. Both warriors now understood. This battle would test not just their bodies, but their spirits. As Tanaka returned to his corner, the crowd's energy shifted from arrogance to uncertainty. He'd trained for a brawl, not a ghost. Shaolin stood calm, barely winded, having spent the round observing and downloading Tanaka's patterns. The monk let Tanaka burn energy and build frustration. It was psychological warfare. Tanaka was fighting Shaolin and his own doubt. Every missed strike chipped away at his confidence. Shaolin's strategy was classic Shaolin, smarter, not stronger. He controlled the space and tempo, winning without offense. Tanaka's power was useless against emptiness. The monk's calm was unbreakable. The first round belonged to Shaolin, without a single significant strike. The Grandmaster was already unraveling. This rivalry is ancient. Karate's direct power versus Shaolin's yielding grace. Karate, born in Okinawa, was shaped by Chinese martial arts. Its roots trace back to Shaolin. This fight was the latest chapter in a centuries-old debate: power or technique. History is full of such clashes. Karate champions versus kung fu masters, each testing the limits of their art. Sometimes raw power wins. Other times, technique prevails. The Tanaka-Shaolin fight wasn't just a contest, but a living piece of martial arts history. It was the oak versus the bamboo. The crowd was witnessing a philosophical argument settled by combat. Every move echoed generations of rivalry. Tonight, history would choose its champion. The second round began. Tanaka tried to fight smart, using reach and technique, but Shaolin had already read him. Now, the monk advanced, gliding forward, unleashing open-hand strikes to pressure points and nerves. They weren't knockouts, but they disrupted Tanaka's rhythm and focus. Tanaka swung back, but Shaolin slipped under, driving a palm into his solar plexus. The Grandmaster staggered, winded and shaken. Shaolin retreated, calm, having proven he could hurt Tanaka with precision. The crowd was transfixed. This was art, not a brawl. Shaolin countered every attack with perfect economy. Tanaka's confidence and stamina faded with each exchange. The monk dismantled him piece by piece. Tanaka was drowning, his power useless in deep water. Shaolin's mastery was on full display. The fight had become a lesson in control. The Grandmaster was being undone by technique and patience. Midway through round 2, Tanaka was desperate, bruised, exhausted, pride shattered. He abandoned technique, swinging wildly, hoping for a miracle. Shaolin evaded with ease, in total control. The monk could have finished at any time, but he waited, stripping Tanaka of ego. Then, Tanaka lunged for a clumsy tackle, trying to use brute force. Shaolin rooted himself, immovable. Tanaka strained, but couldn't lift him. The Grandmaster was reduced to a desperate brawler. In that moment, he left himself completely open. It was the final, fatal mistake. With Tanaka exposed, Shaolin struck. No fancy technique, just a devastating groin kick that would echo through the annals of martial arts history. The sound was sickening. It reverberated through the arena. Tanaka froze, his face a mask of shock, then collapsed in agony, his body betraying him. The arena was silent. No one could believe it. The air was thick with disbelief, as if time itself had paused. The fight ended not with glory, but with humiliation. A career built on strength and skill, undone in a heartbeat. Tanaka's power and status were erased in an instant, a lifetime of achievements overshadowed by a single moment. The referee waved it off. Medical staff rushed in, their faces a mix of urgency and disbelief. Shaolin stood over Tanaka, bowed to the space, then walked away, calm as ever, his demeanor unchanged by the chaos around him. The once mighty Grandmaster was left broken on the canvas, a stark reminder of the unpredictability of combat. The crowd was stunned. Legacy destroyed by a single perfect kick. Gasps and whispers filled the air, a testament to the shock. Xiao Li showed respect for the battle, not the man. His actions spoke of honor and humility. He exited as quietly as he entered, leaving behind a storm of emotions and a story that would be told for generations. The fight was over, but its impact had just begun. The echoes of this match would ripple through the martial arts community. The martial arts world would never forget this ending. Tanaka's downfall was complete, a cautionary tale for all. Shaoli's lesson was delivered, a reminder that simplicity and precision can overcome brute strength. Simplicity had triumphed over strength, a testament to the power of technique and timing. The aftermath was brutal. Tanaka's career and reputation shattered. The groin kick went viral. He became a meme, his dojos emptied. His identity, built on power, was destroyed by humiliation. Xiao Li took his prize, bowed and vanished. No interviews, no gloating. For him, it was just another lesson. He proved true, martial arts are about discipline, humility, and self-mastery. The fight sparked debate across the martial arts world. No style is invincible. Overconfidence is fatal. Tanaka lost because his mind broke before his body. Xiao Li won with calm, discipline, and heart. In the end, what matters most isn't power or technique, but character. And that's the real victory.